We are all on a clock here to reduce global greenhouse gases in time to avoid catastrophic climate change. The steel sector in itself is at the center of this because of this important role of steel in society and the amount of emissions coming out of steelmaking.
We are a company that's going to be climate neutral by 2040. And when you look into the actions that are needed to actually go there, you get worried because time is very short. Steel is 29% of the CO2 footprint of a car. So clearly it is a starting point. We will need a low emission and near zero steel for the sheet steel to come down to the levels we need to be climate neutral.
Steel is absolutely critical to the full transition. Without steel, it's going to be impossible to do it. You need it for the solar plants, you need it for the wind turbines, you need it for a lot of stuff.
We don't have near zero steel to date. You've got to build up. What we're hoping to do with the challenge is really accelerate that process by reassuring the steelmaker that there is a demand for it.
The First Movers Coalition is really neat because it's one of the few, if not the only, program that's creating through procurement or purchasing power a demand function for all these cool new clean technologies and energy sources that we need as society to decarbonize quickly by 2030. What it has at the end of it is an actual purchasing opportunity, a contract where up to $15 billion worth of directed purchasing power against these brand new innovative clean technologies and energy sources.
Connecting steelmakers to the buyers is really critical because that's how if they have confidence that someone will buy their product, that's when they will have the confidence to invest.
But we've got to make the economics work and the whole value chain has got to be profitable. We're moving away from something that's been done for decades, over 100 years, and now we're moving to a new way. And I think it's not that it can't be done, it can be done, but it's a lot of money in building out those assets and transforming those assets.
So one of the things that's so exciting about the Steel Challenge that we're launching is that it's actually going to end in procurement. It's going to end in connecting a buyer and a supplier and helping to make the business case for a real clean steel facility. What we also need to remember is that green steel will be driven forward by carbon capture, by hydrogen, by new technologies that require innovation, that require us to step forward.
If you're in the new technology business that can make that steel process so much less carbon intensive, this is the opportunity.
It could be in the shape of hydrogen, or it could be in the shape of carbon capture and storage. Or it could be in the shape of a completely new technology that is not deployed today, such as direct electrolysis.
So we're looking not just for those big industrial players to get involved, but also entrepreneurs who want to be a part of the solution. The issue isn't figuring out the technology, it's deploying that technology at scale. And we've got a lot of the right puzzle pieces together today.
We see a few critical ingredients. First, you need the technology, you need the demand, the contracts to buy this solution. You also need early capital, and you need industry standards. And we're trying to bring all of those together.
Look, for this challenge to be credible, it needs a standard. And that standard needs to be an international standard and an independent third-party certification program. I think it's a core part of making this challenge a credible one and one that will deliver.
Innovation takes time to scale. It's an issue today in 2023 because you need to help those companies be able to make their business case, be able to grow, to build up operations so that they can help you in 2030.
If you want to have a lot of new steel mills in the ground by 2030, if it's not already in your plans, you're going to have to work hard and fast to achieve that goal.
People are investing today in assets that have a long life, and they need to invest in ones that can be clean.
2030 is really important because you hear the conversations about 2050. Well, if we don't start here in 2023, the movement to reach 2030, then we're never going to hit 2050.
In any transformation, you've always got to have pioneers that go first. So there are risks involved, but there's also huge opportunities. Now, if you're then one of the first leaders to make that change, to innovate, you potentially can also lead the market and win a green premium that'll help you cover some of the cost of your transition.
Everybody needs to be talking together right now. That even expands. Companies might have to be talking to folks that they usually think of as competitors, because we're all on the same team here of recognizing that we need to green the way that we do business.
Well, my organization is the World Economic Forum. We are known for our ability to bring together decision makers from not only industry, but government, nonprofits, academia. And our whole purpose for being is to bring people together so they can have serious, frank conversations that moves the needle. So why are we proud to actually be part of this challenge? Because we think this challenge moves the needle.
If I can envision a 2030 milestone that would be a round success, it would be bringing sustainable steel mainstream and making it broadly available and adoptable and competitive with other incumbent solutions.